Joseph is nothing like his father. Jacob creates all sorts of trouble in his family by favoritism. He loved Rachel, he didn't love Leah, and so he loves Rachel's kids, Joseph and Benjamin. And he favors Joseph so much that his brothers hate him, and they trick him more with the tricks. They trick Jacob and pretend to kill Joseph. Now, Joseph is a funny guy. On the one hand, he's super good with information and organization. He keeps his father's books. On the other hand, he's sort of out of it. He's in another world. He's always like interpreting dreams, and he doesn't seem so good at understanding social codes, which is why he goes ahead and tells his brothers that he had this dream in which everybody bowed down to him. Joseph goes on to be incredibly successful. He's made the head of Potiphar's household. Then when he's thrown in prison, he's made the head of the prison. Then when he interprets Pharaoh's dream, he becomes the head of basically all of Egypt and engages in this incredible organizational effort to save the country from the famine. So he's sort of a genius in terms of organizing things, but he's also sort of weird, sort of out of it. Why does that matter? Well, the main part of the story is really the reconciliation between Joseph and his brothers. Here, his brothers had tried to kill him, and then they'd sort of changed their mind and sold him into slavery. They're still really guilty about this. And when they come down to Egypt and they meet him, and they don't realize it's him, they still are talking about how guilty they are. Joseph tricks them, sort of puts them through their paces until he sees that they've changed and that Judah now cares about his father's feelings. Judah now cares about Jacob's feelings. He's become a better person. Then he reveals himself to his brothers. But here's the crucial part of the story. His brothers are terrified that he's going to kill them. But his response is, don't worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong. God meant you to do that. He meant you to sell me into slavery. I don't care. You didn't really do anything to me. God chose it. That's strange. That ability to forgive, not only to forgive, but pretend it never happened. Only somebody who's sort of otherworldly would be able to do that. And at the end of Genesis, what we see is, after all this sin and punishment, negotiating and arguing and struggling, we have this extraordinary act of absolute forgiveness, absolute otherworldly forgiveness that sort of transforms society.